soapbox. We are less than 100 days from the event, which means we've got even less time because I think the scrutineering is like 2 weeks before.
And we're missing 1 full week because we'll all be at celebration for a week in between.
Well, and I'm hoping that there is a second scrutineering or something, because it seems a bit weird to have just one.
Yeah, especially 2 weeks before the event.
Especially when we're really going to try it on and push it to the limit.
And especially when everyone else has been organised and got theirs finished already.
Nobody's. Don't worry about that. Nobody's organised. I don't think anyone's organised.
Right.
And I don't think anyone's made a start. We went to the press conference. No, the press. What the hell was it called? It was like the charity launch, wasn't it? I think it was the charity launch where they unveiled the charity that the main event is supporting.
Just so you know, we got there late as well, as usual.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, we got there before a lot of other people because they didn't show up. So there was only one other team there, and he's not started. So
right.
We're okay.
So we're kind of okay.
But the thing, Rob, what you're failing to understand is we've got this in the bag because we've got a secret weapon.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's the secret weapon, Rob?
It's you.
Oh. Oh dear. We're even more now than we were before.
Don't say that. We need to come up with some ideas for this soapbox.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a gravity race, so we're thinking
no motors allowed.
Yeah, but we need to have brakes.
Got to have brakes.
That's part of the scrutineering, and I believe there is a size, width and length.
Yeah,
and
weight.
Which we need to hit.
Because apparently it's got to be 100 kilos maximum.
Maximum.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the dry weight.
That's the dry weight with no people in it.
Okay. So as we know, we need to go. We want to be. Well, I guess we need to make it as light as possible and then put the weight where we want it.
Yes. Yeah. But if it's going to be constructed to take 2 people,
we're thinking
we're going to have to. It's going to have to be heavy to take. Yeah. To be strong enough for 2 people.
We're thinking 2 people on account of it's a gravity race, and the more weight you can get in the car, in theory, the faster it should go.
Yeah.
In theory.
If you're in it, especially on account of you being 101 kilograms.
You're driving.
Yeah, 98. So
we're going to have a 300 kilo go-kart.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to go around corners.
Okay, so you need to think about...
Side loads are going to be horrendous.
And you also need to think about how we're going to stop it.
Yeah, because it's definitely going to need decent brakes.
Well,
on a normal a straight line speed limit gravity racer with 1 person in, they're not bothered about side loads or going over bumps because they're just going in a straight line.
I don't think there's any bumps.
Possible. But you're going to be going around corners.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be...
One corner. I think there's one... Well, I think they talk about chicanes, but there's definitely one
definite corner,
serious corner in the track.
Yes.
I think when we next do this, we'll probably go to the location and just we could walk the track.
Yeah, just like the F1 guys do in the morning.
You would know.
Yeah, apparently. It's going to have to be strong then to take the side load.
Did you ever walk the track?
Yeah. It was cold and windy and horrible. But we always used to have to walk the track, sometimes with the drivers, sometimes without the drivers, to get the lay of the track. Because back in the day when I was doing it, we didn't have any of the telemetry that you guys have now. We used stopwatches to time the cars.
This is amazing.
Pick the corners. You had to time them through the corners, things like that.
Wow.
For anyone who doesn't know, Rob used to be an F1 mechanic.
Back in the day.
A couple of considerations here.
Yeah.
We've got the actual design of the car.
The chassis. We've got to design a chassis.
Yeah.
And then we've got to decide
chassis,
sorry, for our American friends. And then we've got to decide what body shell we're putting on it. What's it going to look like?
Well,
that's the next question.
Being the most prepared, I'm thinking something like this.
Something that has an overall shape of what is it, Rob?
It's a vehicle from Star Wars. The thing is, though, if we're going to make this, the size limitations on the soapbox are going to make it look a bit funny.
Doesn't matter, because people aren't going to be referencing it against an actual snow speeder. They're going to have a vague idea of what a snow speeder looks like, and as long as it's sort of triangular with 2 guns on it, it'll look like a snow speeder. Because it's going to have 2 people, so the cockpit's out of the window for a start.
Well, this is what I propose. No, we've got to have a cockpit.
You're not going to seriously going to do one behind the other, because
Yeah,
if you have one person sat behind the other like a bobsled,
yeah,
that's a good idea.
yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. What a good idea, Rob.
So I think we should have this vehicle. I know Paul's got another idea.
Yeah, I did suggest 2 speeder bikes next to each other, but that's
2 speeder bikes
as though it's on
welded
the same
together.
car. Yeah.
I quite fancy this
Yeah.
because
I think Si fancies a land speeder, doesn't he? Si's thinking about a land speeder shaped vehicle.
Si's thinking land speeder. I'm thinking snow speeder. And Paul's thinking speeder bikes, or he was talking.
It was either one with a.
He's all about the biker scout. That's why he's all about the biker scout. One thing that we're going to get with this is, we've got a driver and a gunner. Now they have said that they're interested in introducing as much water into this as they can.
We could have a water cannon,
and we could have some kind of water weapon mounted on the back. Which,
or even if we had enough time to design and build it, the 2 main guns could be massive, great big super soakers.
splurting out water as we go. I was thinking fire extinguishers.
Fire extinguishers, yeah.
Just to jump in now, how would that affect the weight to begin with? Because surely that's another consideration that you've got to.
Dry weight. If we leave the super soakers empty, until we actually go to the race,
and then we fill them up with beer. Water.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the thing I like about this is 2 people, water cannon, and we can make the helmets and the costume and all of that, and we can be supported. Because don't forget, you have to do like a weird dance or something at the beginning. We can be supported by a bunch of Imperial Snowtroopers.
Have you looked at the fact that there's multiple stages to this? It's not just like one race.
Is it not?
No, it's like 3 parts to it.
Really?
I think we need to read the rules.
It's funny because I thought you had read the rules.
No, I only read the first paragraph.
Oh, right, okay.
I got bored after that.
So there's rules. So I take it there's a pamphlet that someone can read.
What do you know about the rules, Clarky? Have you been reading the rules?
I might have read the first paragraph. But it says that you go through the stages and then there's like a final, race competition.
Oh, no. So, right, so it's the same race. It's down the track. Right. So everybody goes, and then the fastest few or however they deem it, they go through, and then they go again another time run.
So
and then there's
the
like a final.
Got to
but it's the same. Oh, yeah.
So normally they fall to bits on the first lap, don't they?
Yeah.
Well,
if there's one jump,
we can't afford that.
No.
Because we may be needing to do multiple runs, 3 or 4 runs. That's
because we're going to win.
That's if we get through.
We'll get through.
That's if we get through. Right, so we need to come up with the design, which is the Star Warsy bit.
Yeah.
And then we need to come up with the chassis, and we need to decide on what wheels. What wheels are you thinking?
I'm thinking 20-inch BMX wheels.
I was thinking little fat dumpy wheels like you'd find on a...
fat dumpy wheels.
Fat dumpy wheels would have lots of rolling resistance. I think most people, from what I've seen, use BMX wheels because
but when
they're available, they're strong.
Are they strong enough to take
apparently so
300 kg?
Yeah.
Well,
you need a lot of spokes in them to take the side load. You can't use cheap nasty wheels.
You see them when they're turning corners or doing a jump, and if they land a bit funny, they just fold. That is a worry.
Well, I'm only going off what I read on the internet.
Oh.
What about 16-inch BMX wheels?
Yeah.
Do they make? What about mag wheels?
Might break again. I don't know.
I think mag wheels would break. They're supposed to be strong.
What you see on a bicycle. All your loads that way. There's no side loading on a bicycle.
Yeah.
But the moment you put it on a chassis, one on each corner, and go around a corner, there's massive side loads.
Yeah.
That's what you need to prepare
bend
for.
over.
You don't want them bending
fold,
over.
Don't they? Yeah.
Maybe we should watch some YouTube videos about gravity races and actually find out what everyone does.
So we need to think about steering,
Steering's
brakes.
going to be difficult. Do we need suspension? There's no bumps, is there? There's no ramps.
I believe.
I don't think there's ramps.
But again, with 300 kilos, you may need suspension.
What
Stop
sort of
yourself
suspension?
Bouncing. Rubber bushes.
When I was a kid, these soapboxes, we used to just put our feet on a plank of wood, and that's how you would steer it.
Exactly.
Why, Paul could do that. I'm in the back, so I can have my feet down, Fred Flintstone
Right.
style.
So what speed are we expecting to get up to? 25, 30 mile an hour?
50.
50 mile an hour?
I don't know. What do you think it's going to get up to?
No idea. I need to watch some YouTube videos.
I think that corner's going to be dangerous
I do.
for spectators
Yeah.
because they're going to have 300 kilograms of pure fun headed towards them.
Going around trying to get round the corner.
The RS Fun Bus.
Yeah.
I'm putting forward a case for that. Are you
Okay.
going to put forward a case for anything else?
Well, yeah. Well, we have talked about this in depth.
Because what we'll
And-
do is we'll throw it open to the
Yeah.
comments
Yeah.
and let people
Yeah.
tell us what they think we should build.
Well, we have talked about this, and you suggested this after I put it in your head.
Yeah,
And
I like
then
that
I
idea.
also suggested the two speeder bikes on the same frame next
Yeah.
to each other, and then we can punch each other on the way down. You could be Leia, I could be Bike Scout.
Yeah,
A very good-looking Bike Scout.
That's like you could dress as Leia. You could be dressed as a biker scout.
Yeah, we could be beating each other up. But this is a good idea. I like it, and I liked it when we built the ETAT as well. You know, with the
so
body on it.
we've got that in the frame. We've got the idea of like a tandem,
Yeah.
some sort of tandem speeder bikes. Okay.
Tandem speeder bikes might be a good idea.
I think we'd have to be quite low still, if you know what I mean. But put some mirror board right around it so it looks like they're
You need 4-inch clearance.
4-inch clearance.
4 inches. Is that
Yeah,
it?
you'll have to measure that.
Twice. I could use something to measure it twice.
Yeah, well, probably 4 times. I was thinking.
That's your mum.
So
There's a lot of thinking to be done about this, isn't there?
there's
Maybe
that.
we should have done some preparation.
Then Simon has put forward the idea of the land speeder. Now I see the problem with that is one, nobody looks like Luke Skywalker, and we don't. And you need to wear a helmet, so I think a helmet character would work better. And we don't really make Luke Skywalker stuff, so
Well, the only problem I can see with the land speeder is its length. If we're going to create something that looks even vaguely like a land speeder, I think we're going to go way over the length and width
well,
restrictions.
they're gonna whatever we make.
Which we're going to have to find out by reading the instructions.
Well, I know that the footprint is the exact same as my smart car,
Right. So if you
and we
imagine,
have got a spare chassis there.
yeah, we've got a spare smart.
What do you
Would
think
that
you're
take
using
up
that?
the whole of the weight though?
I am guessing that if we just stripped the smart car down to nothing and turned it into just a frame,
Just a chassis, yeah.
it'd be far too heavy.
You still think it'd be too heavy?
And the rolling resistance on a full-size car wheel, I'm guessing, would mean you just stop,
We could probably get skinny tires on it.
maybe.
Would the overall size
about
of it,
motorbike
would
or
the overall
mini-
size of it not be a problem for a biker scout, a speeder bike? Sorry, because to get the even rough dimensions of it looking like it, you're going to need, a load on the front, aren't you, for the
Well,
the bits that stick out?
the biker scouts we built for that charity thing you did before the pandemic, they weren't that long, were they? I mean, certainly they looked enough like biker scouts.
They were longer than we've got on this.
Yeah, because
Were
they
they?
took up
I think
my
we've got
entire.
one- I think
My
we've
van
got-
was empty at the time, and they both took up the length of my van.
I think we've
Yeah,
got
you've got a big
1.6. I think we've got 1.6 meters.
Right.
So let's go away. Let's read the rules. At the moment, guys, we have got on the table a model of the snow speeder, but we've also got, for your approval, the idea of twin bikers or land speeder, or have you got a better idea?
Yeah, that's a point.
Good idea.
Maybe some of the people who watch this video could actually read the rules for us
So,
and advise us.
We'll check the rules, but I think the size of it, the footprint, is about 1.2 by 1.6 meters long, I think, but
That's
will
not
check
very
that.
big, is it?
No, it's not very big.
See, I was thinking about a quad bike chassis, because that's got suspension.
How good would it be if we had like
Vintage bike.
chopper wheels, so
Well,
we could have
choppers, I've
big
got
big
choppers.
chopper wheels on the back and little ones on the front?
Yeah.
Or would it be better the other way around?
Choppers are too expensive to cut up and weld, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could get the. I've got a load of wheels and stuff, bike ones. What about if we put two BMX wheels together.
Yeah, that'd take the load, wouldn't it? We'd have to design an axle that works.
Would it take?
Or-
Would it take Paul's load?
We could
Your
just
mum
get,
does.
we could just get 2 front
Fact.
forks with wheels in them and weld them together.
So, comment below. Let's wrap this up because I think we've got rules to read.
We've got rules to read.
Comment below which vehicle you think we should do, and we will update this in 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah,
It'd be great to see some of the guys that watch the channel to come down and watch it as well.
yeah. If
you can
anyone's
make it, yeah.
local, we will put a link below to the event itself. The event itself is going to be run on the last bank holiday of May. So it's
28th.
Pardon?
28th.
28th. Thank you. Yeah. So it's a free event in Stockport Town Centre, and we are hoping to represent. We're hoping to raise a lot of money for our charity, which is a charity for men's cancers.
Good charity.
Good charity.
call.
Clarky,
Prostate Cancer UK.
Oh, right, okay.
We'll post the link below for the Just Giving page that we've set up.
So we're trying to raise money for Prostate Cancer UK. We are men of a certain age. You're a little bit older, aren't you,
Just a little bit.
Dad? Old enough to be my dad, I think. Actually, you might actually be my dad. Who knows?
I don't know. I've never met your mum, have I?
If he's ever been
Well-
to Hyde, he might have. Yeah,
Well,
he
he's
might-
my other dad.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Used to go to Quaffers a lot back in the 70s. That's
Oh
in
my
Hyde,
God.
isn't it?
well, it's Bredbury, I think.
Bedbury. Yeah.
On the way.
So, so we're looking. We are men of a certain age, and we know a lot you guys are, and we want to raise awareness about the old prostate thing. Paul is a big fan of the prostate exam, and we thought,
Giving the prostate advance.
yeah. So we thought we would choose this charity because it gets overlooked a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, true. It does.
And we can raise awareness. And if anyone's good at talking about prostates, it's Paul.
Fact.
So
well,
there you go.
I've lost a very dear relative to prostate cancer as well. So
There you go.
Yeah,
You're making it a bit X Factor now. Yeah.
So yeah.
But so there we go. So we'll update on this in a few weeks, and I think we need to actually try and afford some time to building this thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's it. There'll be links below to loads of stuff, and comment on what you think we should build. I don't think it's going to matter too much, is it? Because we can start designing the chassis.
Mm-hmm.
When I say designing, I make it sound like
I know.
we're going to do something other than just a really bad sketch on a piece of A4. But there we go. That's it for this time. Come back in a few weeks for an update on this, and come back next time for whatever we're doing then.
Some interesting content, maybe. I'm still waiting.